Hello, we're going to talk about the new services system. The system is inspired by the hotel extra system, so now all services can have multiple days. This is especially useful for things like rental cars or services that span across multiple dates. So for this example, I will use South Pacific Transport SEE. We'll choose a very basic service such as a flower lay from the domestic airport. We now have packs, so we can choose 1 pack, 2 packs, 3 packs, or whatever group that might be inside. Then we choose a date or dates. So we can choose the first date, the second date, the third date, whatever it is, or just one date if it's a one date thing like a flower lay, or if it's a rental car then it might have a few days. And that will pick up the correct tariff from the database, knowing whether the service itself is a multi-date service or not. We give it a time. This can probably apply really just to the first date, as we won't need multiple times for multiple dates at the moment. And then I add coefficient. This is a little bit complex. I will explain how this works just afterwards. So we'll add this up and we can see that it's added for €9 the flower lay for that day. So this must mean something because we added 2 packs and yet the rate is only 1,100 with 10% coefficient, so 1,000 is the rate we got. So if we go into the database and we look up this object, which is this one here, we can see that we have put this object into the database as per day. So now all services have a different tariff type, so a rate type, like per packs per day, or per day. This will affect the way that the tariffs are generated in the booking system, and it needs to be very well put together. Like, you really need to understand when you're adding things to the database what way they are charged. So the administrator will have a concentrated job on making sure that all services when they're entered have the correct rate type. After that, you can see that when the rate is added, so this is an actual rate, a service rate for this service, and we have 2 options. We have a rate and a selling price. The reason why we have selling price is because some objects are just sold at a standard euro rate, like €5 or €20 or whatever it is. I think flower lay is probably one of those. I think it's just a standard tariff. We don't have a markup on those. We just buy for 500 and sell for 1,000. So the system can override the coefficient and rate system if you put in a selling price in here. So if I put in a selling price of 6,000, that would automatically sell that at 6,000 and it wouldn't need the coefficient calculation or the rate calculation at all. It's still important to put the rate in or tax and the way we would receive it is because this will be used for the accounting, so they need to know, even if we sell it at this price, how much are they being billed. So if you put in a selling price, just don't forget to put in the actual rate that the supplier bills us for that object. Okay, so that's basically how the new service system works. There will be obviously some testing. Guillaume will do some testing this week and we can test it out with rental cars and things like that. Okay, bye bye.